everybody, Backyard Bullion here. Now, if you've been watching my channel for the last week or so, you've probably seen this gold Saudi Arabian guinea. I first featured it in Focus Friday about a week ago, and it was a really cool coin. It was one that I really enjoyed buying and getting and looking at and featuring on the channel. But as it turns out, and as a number of people in the comment section on In Focus Friday mentioned, it's not a real guinea. It looks very different, and it's got some clues on it which tell you that it's a jeweler's remake or a jeweler's strike rather than a official guinea. So today's video is to talk about the process of getting this returned and refunded from Atkinsons Bullion, who've been very, very good in this situation. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that here today. Also talk about the, I can't really call it a coin anymore, but talk about this item and how we worked it out and why it was a really, really good community effort and lots of really good resources to be had out there. And, you know, I learned something new, I made a mistake, I learned something new, and I thought it would be good to share the story and tips and hints of how people might be able to avoid similar situations themselves. Or even if you do find yourself in similar situations, how you can go about handling it and resolving it, hopefully. Atkinsons have been really good, that's part of the story here today. So first up, let's just have another quick close look at this, because this was featured on In Focus Friday, and you might or might not be able to see just here, there's these two little twos, and that is a good indication that this is a jeweler's remake, or it's basically been remade by somebody. It's not an official coin. Some of them that you'll see have to the left of the 22 MOM as well. I've seen quite a few of those, so that's something I definitely learned. Now, it was Alex on the comment section last week on In Focus Friday who first mentioned it. There was a few other people who also mentioned it as well, so a huge thank you to all of those. But I thought I'd give Alex a mention by name. If you're watching, thank you, because you got me thinking about this. I had, when I first got it, done all of my dimension tests and everything on it to make sure that it was real. I weighed it. I even did a specific gravity test on it, and it came out at 22 karat gold. So I was all very convinced and happy, and I just thought that the lackluster features on here were just down to wear, you know, people doing this all the time with it or something. But it's really not. If you look at the images of a real gold guinea, they're so much sharper. I even looked up a video of a fellow forum member, Moorzone, who took delivery of one of these a couple of years ago. Really, really different. So really interesting to see. But I didn't really know much about this or this coin, so I put up a thread over on the Silver Forum, and within minutes people had started replying, talking about the guineas and what to look for and what potentially was happening with this one. And that was a really, really good sort of forum result there, because we got so much information, lots of people learning stuff about them, learning about the coin, learning about the style of the coins and what they really should look like. Another really good indication that this is a jeweler's restrike are these palm trees here on either side of both sides of the coin. They are quite worn out here and not very well textured, as you can see. They should be clean, crisp, and you should be able to see each kind of leaf point on the coin as well. Also, the rim of this coin isn't just quite right. There's just something a little bit off by it, and I don't know whether that's because it's been out or it's been in and out of a piece of jewellery. Could well have been. There's just, as you can see, there's just little bits on it which are a bit, you know, different and a bit raised. You see there's a little bit of a raised bit there. And somebody said that it could actually have been a cast piece of gold. So you would have had this poured into, like silver pouring, poured into a mould, and it would have taken the details like kind of sand casting, lost wax or sand casting, something like that. So incredible resources out there on the Silver Forum. A huge thank you to them. Now, people on the Silver Forum also have a kind of a little bit of a vested interest in this, and that's the second part of today's video, I suppose, which is talking about Atkinsons Bullion, how they've handled the situation, and how I feel about the situation with them as a company who have essentially sold me, you know, it's not fake gold, it's real gold, it's definitely 22 karat gold, but it's not a gold guinea, which is obviously what I was expecting to buy when I bought it. Now, from my perspective, as a customer, of course, I'm a bit disappointed, but Atkinsons did a very, very good job. Now, I need to really stress this point home. I'm not sponsored by Atkinsons. I buy, you know, coins from them fairly often, let's be honest, and I think they're a very, very good dealer. So good, in fact, that I didn't even bother to really go into detail and check these coins. And I've made a video about that topic already this week, so not really going to talk more about that. But I think they're a very good dealer, and in any situation where there's something that's not right, a true test of a company and an organisation is how they handle that situation and how they go about rectifying the situation. Now, Atkinsons were brilliant. I first noticed this over a weekend. It was actually Friday night when I was reading the comments through from my InFocus Friday, and it was past the 5 o'clock kind of opening time of Atkinsons, so I couldn't ring them up. So I drafted up an email, put a bunch of photographs in it that evening and sent that off. Then I messaged them on Instagram, on one of their social media platforms, and I thought, you know, I'll just mention it, see if anybody's there, see if somebody gets back to me. And within a couple of hours, somebody came back to me and said, obviously, that the office is closed right now. Nobody could really get in touch with me to sort it out at this moment. But first thing Monday, somebody would be in touch and we can look to work this out. And I said, that's fantastic, thank you. And I really look forward to it. I mentioned that I'd sent an email with all of the information, gave them the details of quickly how to find that. And that was fine. Monday rolled along and I got an email from one of their representatives there very quickly, actually. It was about 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning, I think it was. Basically offering a complete full refund. So, I was a little worried because if you look at their T's and C's on their website, second-hand coins, bullion coins, they have a no returns policy because I guess in theory, somebody could buy something from them, swap it out for a fake coin and say you got delivered a fake coin. Now, I've done some video topics on how to protect yourself as a customer when you get things delivered to you, but as a as a kind of company as well, you've got to be conscious of these things. And if you are going to be selling things in bulk like this to various members of the public, always, I suppose, video your own boxing process so that you know what you've got in the parcels and you've got some evidence to present in the case of anything like that. But of course, nothing's nefarious like that is happening here. There was no question of anything nefarious like that happening here. There are companies out there that will challenge you on that kind of thing, though. A very well-known company in Europe does that all the time, and that's quite concerning sometimes. So, but not in this particular situation. Atkinsons were very good. They didn't mention anything about the return postage in that. They just said simply return it back to us with a copy of the invoice and we'll get it sorted and not issue a refund. I asked them, will the return postage special delivery be refunded as well? They said yes, fantastic. I'm filming this video ahead of time, so I'm hoping it's all gone through carefully and easily and all soundly. I suppose if anybody from Atkinsons is watching and I haven't yet received my refund or it's not been processed yet, I would very much like my refund, please. It's a good indication of how we can go. So it's not been 100% resolved, I suppose, at this stage, but I'm fairly confident that it will do. I've got it in writing that they'll refund not only the cost of the coin, but also the cost of the postage. Now, there is one last thing to talk about that kind of, I suppose this is the summary part of it. So yes, Atkinsons have, for whatever reason, made a mistake. Have they done it deliberately? I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think that they have knowingly, fraudulently sold a fake guinea. I think it's just probably a human error. I think somebody's throwing it around. I think somebody has picked this up out the batch, listed it, and then just put it in a parcel and sent it off and not maybe done a bit of due diligence on it. So that's a little bit of a disappointment, I suppose. One thing that's really interesting is that in between the time of me purchasing this, come on, back into focus, please. In between the time of me purchasing this gold coin and now resending it back, gold has jumped about £65 an ounce. So as a quarter ounce coin, that's a roughly, 15, 16, 17 quid that if I had bought this at a 2.5% premium and then just simply resold it to Atkinsons at a 2.5% or whatever the 98% premium that they pay on it, I'd have actually made some money on it. But as it turns out, I am now just returning it for the price I paid for it. But I ultimately paid a premium for it when I purchased it. So, happy days, really. If I just took this as its gold weight right now and sent it back to Atkinsons, I'd basically be breaking even. But my point is that I shouldn't have paid, a premium on this coin / jeweller's round, whatever you want to call it now. I shouldn't have paid a premium on this at the start, which meant if I had bought it as 2% gold, I could have made a bit of money on it. But, that's the nature of it. So, things happen like this in business, in life generally. I think Atkinsons have handled it really well, which is the really important thing. So that's, for my book, a good mark. It's a good point. It's a tick in their book. Well done. They do obviously have a little bit of a black mark in the book as well, that they've actually had this situation happen. But for me, it's been rectified and it's not an issue. And I haven't heard of any other types of issues from Atkinsons doing this. So, let me know your thoughts down below. Let me know how you feel in this situation, about what your thoughts would be about it and how Atkinsons have handled it. Let me know if you think that they've handled it well or handled it badly. That would be very good indeed. Thanks again to everybody on the forum and YouTube comment section who've helped with this Gold Guinea. It's been very, very useful to get everybody's opinions and thoughts on them. So thank you. And if you enjoyed today's video, please put a thumbs up on it and share it around on your social media. That would be very helpful for everything that we do here on the channel. And if you want to see videos from us in the future and you're not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button and hit the alarm bell if you want to get a notification when those videos go live. Otherwise, that is all I have to say. A massive thank you to everybody for watching, and please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.